Hi friends, welcome back. So housing crash in China, that's the subject of today's video. We just got some new data today that is concerning. You got to take a look at this. Let's just jump right in. This is the headlines today. China home prices fall sharply despite latest rescue plan. This is very, very concerning because essentially the government was trying to step in and save the housing market, basically give bailouts to everyone. But if you're trying to bail people out and still there's not enough demand, home prices are falling, you're in real trouble here. I've talked about this before many times on the channel, but always trying to give you guys updates. And I always say the same thing. Even if, like, say, you get some news every now and then, it's kind of sprinkled here and there. A lot of stuff is sort of hidden under wraps. And then every now and then you get sort of this big bursting bit of news, and it's usually not good. I wish I had some more positive things to say, but this is just the reality of it is. There is just too much wild speculation in the Chinese real estate market. It was going on for a real long time. A lot of people took out loans, right, to buy homes. The homes were not finished, okay? So then you had these people who have loans that they refuse to pay back or can't pay back for whatever reason, right? Moreover, they're like, hey, I'm not gonna pay on this loan where I don't even have a house that was promised to me. That's awful. And then the real estate developers are like, yo, government, can you bail us out so we can finish these houses to give people their homes that they need? Or can we finish these houses so we can at least sell them off and try to make everybody whole? But there's not enough money to rescue everybody, right? This is a horrible mess. I'm sure you guys can get the gist of it. And basically what the bailout situation was like, the government had to sort of pick and choose. Okay, you get some bailout, you get some bailout. Oh, I don't have enough money for you. I don't like you. We don't have a good enough relationship, right? It was all based on relationship, these kind of things. And then you put this on top of, it's not just China, you have other situations around the world as well. Skyrocketing real estate prices are simply unsustainable. I understand, guys. I understand. Like, for example, here in Korea is a similar situation, or in China is a similar situation, or parts of the USA are a similar situation. What I mean by that is, like, if you've only seen the real estate market go up for several years, even decades, you think, hey, I'm going to throw as much money as I can into that thing because it's always going to be someone to sell it to, right? I'm just going to buy it and I can always flip it to someone else. But there comes a point to where, like, you're overbuilding. That was happening in China, or there's just not enough money left because the prices have gone too high, and so now we're in deflationary situation. And again, prices are falling. I know I kind of go over it all quickly, but I just want to kind of get you guys up to speed. You can actually take a look at this. This is a chart of prices going down, so you can actually see this right here, right? So I think this is year over year. It says here, fall in Chinese home prices got worse in June. Secondhand homes fell record amount, dropped in all 70 surveyed cities. That is not good, right? Moreover, again, the government is trying to bail these out. Now, one of the plans of the government, because people have asked me about this stuff before, so my understanding of it is that they were going to buy some of these, finish the construction, and then actually then essentially take it over and then turn them into rentals that would may or may not be affordable to regular people. That was the idea. So government subsidized housing. I don't know like how far along in that they are, but the concern that, hey, falling prices usually means a problem with, well, you could do a couple things. One would be there's not enough demand. The other one, you'd say there's oversupply, right? It could be a combination of the two. Because remember that the population is actually shrinking there, right? I think they overbuilt and I think they over leveraged. Do we have the same situation in the USA? It's a little bit different. The USA is crazy because we've seen prices go up like nuts. You guys know this. I showed you guys the charts. I just did the last video on this, where even if the mortgage rate is high, I think in USA it's like 7%, something like that. Prices, though, are still elevated. Even though the market is slowed in USA, the prices have yet to come down. Like we're still at pretty high prices of real estate. So I feel like we have this real estate bubble. It's not just China, it's in USA also. I can tell you it's here in Korea. I know the UK's got these kind of problems as well. Like, guys, it's multiple places. We have members of the community that say it's in Australia also. It's a worldwide phenomenon. It's not just one place. But when you see this kind of stuff in China, I think this could be, we'll just say it's happening. And why do you track this kind of stuff? Why should we care? Some people say, oh, Chris, I only want to hear about US stocks and US market. Guys, we're connected. We're all connected. So for example, this also came out today. We're getting a bunch of news today, so I'm going over with you. China reports second quarter GDP growth of 4.7%, missing expectations. They're slowing in China, right? The real estate market, you can see home prices are declining. Their GDP is slowing. The expectation was 5.3. They came in at 4.7. Because then here, retail sales for June missed expectations while industrial production figures beat. What's going on is and this is sort of why it relates to the American market. Like, say, for example, I'm Tesla, because we talk about Tesla on this channel. And you tell your shareholders, guys, we're going to sell all kinds of Tesla cars because we're the most awesome company in the whole world. but like, who are you going to sell them to? If the regular retail buyer isn't buying stuff, who are you going to sell it to? And so to get sort of sales going again, you may have to offer them incentives like, hey, we're going to give you 0% loans. That's something that Tesla's doing. Or hey, we're going to do price cuts. But that really eats at your margin. And sometimes companies cut prices, offer incentives, and people are like, man, I just don't want to buy anything. I'm already underwater on the loan of my house that isn't even constructed, and you're trying to get me to buy a car. Are you be crazy, right? And then I can go buy a local Chinese brand. That's why you've been seeing strength in Chinese brands lately, which is like pretty good quality. Say BYD for cars, you can go Huawei or Xiaomi for phones, these kind of things, and like the quality is not bad. And why pay the premium anymore? So this is why and how it affects American stock market. Hope you guys understand this. If you have exposure to China, and the economy is basically being propped up at the moment by the government, and it's not quite working, as we saw with the real estate. We got some real problems. Here's some other numbers here. This is a really interesting one. It says here, China's exports rose more than expected. So they're exporting goods, right? So they're sending goods, say, to the USA, 8.6% from a year ago. But imports, meaning stuff coming into the country, meaning what are they buying from us? Imports fell 2.3%. You guys see this imbalance here. And so there's been talk of tariffs. Biden said, hey, we're going to put tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles, protect our market, etc. Trump's like, I'm going to get more tariffs, right? So basically, it doesn't matter who you elect. they're gonna put tariffs to try to protect the American market, but essentially you may get a trade war. And this is a real concerning because if we get in a trade war and like, okay, you're not going to buy our stuff and we're not going to buy your stuff, you get these crazy situations to where the consumer loses. I'll just be very frank. The consumer loses because you as a consumer, let's say, for example, that I say, hey, you only have two choices, Ford or Chevy, nothing else. No BMW for you, no Mercedes for you, no affordable EV for you, no BYD for you, etc. No Hyundai you for, etc. You get my point on this. My opinion on this stuff, it hurts the consumer because I think more choice for you, more affordable choice for you is a good thing. There's one thing that was really interesting too as well, and I want to share this one. There's a crazy news. If you ever wondered, are there meme stocks in China? The answer is yes. Yes, there are. After the Trump rally shooting, which I will make no jokes about, but there is a joke in there in terms of the stock. There's a stock in China. It's referred to as Trump wins big. It's a meme stock. The translation of the stock is Chuan Da Zhi Sheng, which is basically Trump wins big. And essentially, because it sounds like Trump wins big, people decided to buy it. It's a meme stock. It's like there's no connection between this company and the thing. It just sounds like Trump wins big. And I guess they had the similar kind of trades before. Before there was an Aunt Hillary stock, when this is back in 2016 when she lost, so that one I guess sank 10%. Or there was an Obama stock called was it Ao Ke Me, which just kind of sounds like Obama, so people buy it because it just sounds. Guys, the point is they have meme stuff over there as well. They have a crazy real estate market, just like it's not that different. This is the quote here. It says, there have been a common mocking mentality in A shares where all investors are chasing the quote mysterious association, meaning it's just a bunch of nonsense, mysterious association between individual stock names and major global events. Even though no one believes in the true existence of this association, they enjoy it, right? It's a meme stock. What can you say? The other thing too going on with the Trump trade, which is interesting. Here in Korea, it says here defense and nuclear stocks or nuclear energy stocks are up. I think it doesn't matter honestly which who's president. I think defense stocks are always something that's kind of the governments are always going to spend money on this stuff, right? But you can how can I say, you can make your own determination why you think defense stocks and Korea are going up with the Trump victory. I'll let you guys decide on that. I'll just let you decide on that. Moreover, the other trades that I've been hearing and it kind of corroborates what I've been thinking. So if Trump does win, I think you're looking at more deregulation. So maybe more deregulation for tech, more deregulation for financials, this kind of stuff, and probably higher tariffs. That's what I'm thinking. I've heard this before right here. I mean, I'm not just making stuff up. You can see headlines here. Economists say inflation would be worse under Trump than Biden. So I don't think inflation is going to be easy to tame with either candidate. I want to make that really clear because this is a worldwide phenomenon, right? Moreover, this is also something that's been kind of a nuts in the I guess you call it the Trump trade. Is Bitcoin has been climbing lately, so we've been watching that. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to update you about what's going on in China. Also, too, the Asian equities are going down. So Bitcoin is surging, housing market is crashing. That's the big concern. That's why it's the lead story. it affects everyone. Here in Korea, we've been in a bubble for real estate for quite a long time, and I've always been wondering, like, when's the thing gonna pop? And I keep telling my wife, things look bad in China, just we don't get news about it all the time, what's going on in China. And every now and then you get this news like this with, even though the government's trying to bail stuff out, housing prices are still going down. So, and their GDP is slowing. These are real concerns, and I want you guys to understand the stuff that I understand you have your favorite USA stocks or whatever that you're watching, but understand that it's part of a larger system. And pretty much all companies these days, big multinational companies, do have exposure to China, and they need profits from there, be it Apple, be it Microsoft, be it your Teslas, NVIDIAs, et cetera. NVIDIA is an interesting one because they're not supposed to sell stuff to China officially, but my understanding of it, we've gotten reports that they do it through third party, a whole other issue, different topic. But point being, though, it matters when you're talking about the second largest economy in the world, and they're having a housing trouble. So please share your thoughts on this one. Love to hear it. I do appreciate your time, everyone, and I'll catch you on the next video.